Okay, peeps, so I'm just going to really quickly do a short video on color. And color is like super important. It is very expressive. I'm doing it in watercolors because I don't have acrylic paints here. And I'm making do like we all are doing. Sorry about the weird shading. It's kind of that time of the day. Okay, so you have three. I'm going to go really quickly. We have three um, primary colors. Primary means one. You can't mix these colors. So I'm doing this with watercolor because this is what I've got. Okay. So one of the first primary colors is yellow. And as you can see, I'm putting a big yellow blob here. And if you can do this at home, this is going to be great. So the next primary color is red. And I'm putting a little bit of a blob of red right here. Okay. So and the last primary color is blue. Sorry, oh yeah, that's really pretty. Okay, so these are your primary colors. And from these colors and white and black, all colors can be mixed. It's a really cool thing. So let's say, I'm trying to wash off my brush here. Let's say I mix yellow. See, I'm going to mix the yellow here. And I mix yellow here. Okay, oh, darn it. Let me get that fixed. Okay, let me fix that. See, whew, okay. Let me get some nice, that's a big old blob, but whatever. Okay, so let's say I mix yellow with these two colors, okay? So if I mix yellow and blue, I get what's called a secondary color. So I'm going to mix a little blue. Now, the darker the color, the less I need, okay? Because the darker the color, the stronger the pigment. So I just need a little bit of blue to make a beautiful green. Okay, actually, I think I need even less. So I'm going to add a little bit of yellow to this just to make it greenier. Okay, so you see blue and yellow equal green. Okay, now I'm going to mix a little bit of red into the yellow. Again, it's a stronger color, so I don't need that much. And I'm going to mix it, and ooh, pretty. It's orange. Orange. Yeah, so that's your secondary colors. Number one, number two. So I'm going to mix the blue now with the red. And if you have a lot of red, it's going to turn into like a wine color. But if you just have a little bit of red, it's going to turn into kind of a lilac color. And as you can see, I added a little bit too much red, so I'm just going to add a little bit of blue. And then I'm actually going to put a dab of white because the white kind of brings out the purple, okay? And if you mix blue and red, you get purple. Yay, yay, colors. Okay, so hold on one second. Now, if you mix, well, let's just do this first of all. Let's go from dark to light, okay? So in watercolors, you just use water to make it lighter, but in other paint, you would use black and white paint to make the different colors. So if I'm just using one color, okay, that's called monochromatic. Mono means one, chrome means color in Greek. All right, now you just learned your Greek. So let's say I'm going to make this top part darker. See, I'm going to add a little black to it. And as you can see, it darkens. And be real careful because the black is strong and it's going to really darken your paint. But you see how I can darken the color by adding a little black to it. Now, if I'm wanting to lighten the color, and again, I usually don't use white in watercolors, but we're just going to pretend that's okay. Okay, so what I have here is a monochromatic color. It's still just red, but because I'm adding light and dark to it, as you can see, I'm lightening it and darkening it. Wow, shocker. Okay, now, another way I'd like you to look at color is in warm and cool families. And the way to remember warm is fire. Okay, so we have your red, you have your orange, and you have your yellow, which has a little bit of blue in it, still not bothering me, but we're just going to pretend. Okay, so that's your warm colors. Now your cool colors are blue, green, let me get a little more green in there, and sometimes purple. Because purple is part cool, right, and it's also part warm, it can go either way. So if I'm using it as a cool color, I want to make sure it's very bluey. Now it's going to turn into a hot mess because I put it next to the green, and green and purple are not friends. Okay. So these are your warms, and these are your cool colors. And this is a monochromatic, okay, going from dark to light, all right? And that, in kind of a nutshell, is what you need to know to start. That's really funny looking in this. Here, let me get it out of this color. Hopefully you see it better than I do. So that in a nutshell is all about color.